I'm here with Nicole Foreman, which is
Hi.
super exciting from Santa Cruz, which is just on the coast from where I am in San Francisco. And I'm super excited because Nicole, I recently met through a friend, and we became instant buddies because we shared so many things. And you may have met her when if you came to our workshop at the beginning of January. She helped me out. So she is going to be leading our workshop, online workshop on February 2nd, Sunday, February 2nd, 10:30 to 12:30 Pacific Standard Time. And the subject is creative journaling, which we feel is the right thing to get you started and your creative juices flowing for 2025. So, in a nutshell, Nicole, tell me a little bit about yourself and your background.
Yes, I am a middle school art educator. I've been in education forever. I'm also a certified coach. I've worked with adults specializing in how we can use therapeutic art for anxiety management and as a different facet of mindfulness. What I do is all about helping people use their journals to reconnect to their inner artists and learn to draw, write, and dream again.
Nicole, can you describe for us what is creative journaling?
Yes, it is the way I view it, the combination of drawing and then writing. Because from a neuroscience nerdy perspective, when you draw before you write, you come up with completely new ideas than if you had just sat down and started writing. So we do some directed drawing and some free drawing where we're creating things of a whimsical nature, taking us outside of our comfort zone, outside of that analytical perfectionist spot until we kind of relax. And then you have more access to the higher level thinking, your intuition, those, other voices that come through with the inspiration. So it's combining, things like the art we'll probably show a little bit of later with transformational writing that focuses on personal development.
So for us artists, it's going to encourage us to write down the thoughts that come up, which
Yes.
you do. And for example, I have a huge desire to go down memory lane a little bit. Sometimes I'm sitting there and I think of things and I might even do a drawing and then it kind of brings things into mind. So
Yeah.
mindfulness has a lot to do with it, correct?
It does. And when we allow ourselves to create, we enter this zone where the thoughts flow a little bit more freely. And with that freedom, there's less judgment. And so the thoughts come to the surface easier as well. And just connecting breathing to drawing, that opens up a whole new door too.
Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. Nicole, we're just making this a very brief interview.
Mhm.
So what I do want to do is I've put together just two slides, just showing a couple of samples
Okay.
that I actually found on Google, because you're pretty well known. So here we go. I'm going to share these with everybody. So here we go. Nicole, this is obviously a page out of your book, and I can see you're using watercolor as well as drawing.
Yes, that's a way to take a lot of the decision fatigue out of drawing when you're approaching the blank page and don't know what to do. I like to play with watercolors and just put shapes and then see what those turn into. And then in my journal, this page turned into something that I actually wrote around. I don't keep, not too precious about my pages. Some I create and want to stay pretty, but the rest I really intend to have be a platform for my writing.
That's lovely. And I see, that's beautiful. And Nicole, you do not have to have any artistic skill or experience to do this.
No. No. Most people who do workshops with me feel like they don't have any artistic skill. And I would argue that we all have an artist inside of us. Some of us are reconnecting to that artist, and some of us are discovering it for the first time. So it's a lot of directed drawing where I guide people through the steps just to take the intimidation factor out of it. And then for those people who love drawing already and feel confident, they can kind of go off on their own.
I love this one. This is you obviously thinking about cups of coffee, steaming mugs of, I think it's hot cocoa.
Yes, yes. I like to come. This is something I did for the San Mateo County Libraries. I like to combine little bits of whimsy and magic in my work. And so we played around with perspective and how you can have things that appear three-dimensional versus things appearing flat. And how can we take what we have rules about how something should look and kind of expand it and put a little bit more magic in it. This was a fun one.
That's lovely. Okay, and then obviously you were thinking about going camping or were camping, and this is a little bit of travel sketching happening here. And
Yes,
thought,
travel is so important. I love travel and I encourage people, once you start doing this, you take your journal everywhere. And you don't have to be that person who's, taking it into the restaurant if you don't want to be, but I like to sit on the side of a trail or at a campsite and just draw whatever comes to mind. And so a lot of my doodles are really travel inspired.
lovely. And I love the quote, the moment we stop fighting for each other is the moment we lose our humanity. And I noticed throughout your website and your process that either write things down that you want to share or other people's things. So I feel this is also quite a great part of your process.
Thank you. I think I consider myself a mental health advocate, and I'm fortunate that I believe art really connects people and art starts conversations. And so bringing people together to create and start meaningful conversations, and talk about how we can fight each other and support each other and, just empower each other on this crazy journey called life.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm very, very excited. So everyone, go to their website. I will, it's right on the website. You can look in the calendar and find Nicole there. That is Sunday, and that is on February the 2nd, 10:30 to 12:30. So Nicole, one final question people often ask,
Mhm.
what kind of things should they bring with them?
Oh, any kind of journal. I love a dot grid journal because it gives me some structure and allows me to draw, but it could be a blank journal.
What is the name of it?
Dot grid, so it's dot paper where you have kind of
Ooh.
some background. You can use them as lines if you want to write on them, but it's also free form enough that you can draw. So anything but lined. Lined is really hard to let your artist, have fun with lined paper.
Yeah, so the dot grid, like what do you have a particular brand that you like?
You can get paper age dot grid journals. I don't know that you'll be able to see the difference in these
And
pages.
what size do you usually have?
I like B5 because that's the bigger notebook. It's not quite 8.5 by 11, but people can use any kind of drawings because we can scale them. So any kind of journal works.
Awesome.
A fine liner pen, I recommend. I use microns, but a Sharpie fine liner or Arteza makes some pretty good budget pens that still work. Any kind of fine liner, and then color. If you want to play with color, it could be crayon, color pencil, markers, whatever's moving you at the time.
Anything. Yeah, if
Yeah.
they want a work question, if you love to use an iPad, which a lot of our people do, can you do it on an iPad?
You definitely can. I use Procreate a lot to draw. When it comes to journaling, I
What is
love the
what
feel
you
of
have
paper.
on there?
Oh, we have a little, this is another travel inspired one. I don't know if you can
Oh,
see that. Yeah,
that
so
is
there are tons of
fabulous.
ways to do this digitally. If you prefer to do digital art, that's always an option. And we can have fun combining these in different ways and you can put them together later.
I'm really getting very, very excited. And we will put the little thing up at the end so everybody knows what to do. Thank you so very much for taking time out of your super busy day. I can't believe how busy you are.
Oh, thanks for fitting me into your day, Caroline. I really appreciate
And
it.
yeah, and I can't believe how lucky we are to have you now on our team because Nicole will also be delivering one of our new um, classes that we have with the San Mateo Library System. And she will be at the Half Moon Bay Library. I think it's in May,
Mhm.
delivering our very super exciting new class, which is for seniors,
Yeah.
specifically for seniors. We call it Drawing Together. All of the goals of it completely align with your goals. So we are connected at the hip, young lady.
Yes, I know. This was a lucky meeting. Thank you very much, Caroline.
See you soon.
All right, bye.
Bye bye.